One goal, well, I'll take it. 2 goals, yeah, I'll take that. 3 goals, hello. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Jack Reeve, TalkNorwichCity, welcome back to the channel. Norwich City travelled to Vicarage Road having beaten Everton 2-1 and travelled to Vicarage Road with confidence, but Watford were a team that continuously scored goals, couldn't defend very well, but scored goals with ease. And I think we travelled to Vicarage Road with confidence, but not a cockiness about us. We knew that we were able to beat Premier League football teams. We'd won a couple of games. We'd won 3 games up to this point, but we hadn't dispatched a team very well. And I think we were still waiting for that moment. I believe the last time that Norwich City scored 3 goals away from home was in the Premier League was 1993. And Norwich travelled to Vicarage Road tonight and scored 3 goals. And scored 3 good goals. Josh Sargent scoring 2 and another own goal. And suddenly, having not had any chance of Premier League survival, Norwich City now do have hope of Premier League survival. And it was a remarkable game. It was a pretty much unchanged team that faced Everton in the last Premier League game. There was an injury early on to Jakob Sorensen. Kenny McLean comes on, but in terms of attacking and defending, it's fairly unchanged. Josh Sargent, a player who we've spent considerable money on, £8 million, has yet to prove himself, barring a decent cross against Everton that gets kind of diverted in by a Michael Keane foot, and suddenly crops up and suddenly plays. It was a big evening for Norwich City. Defensively really sound. Watford not really having too much of an opportunity despite scoring countless Premier League goals this season, and defensively really solid. Really, really good. Where does this leave Norwich? Well, I don't know. It's an interesting one. Suddenly, Josh Sargent looks like a reformed man, and Adam Eder looks brilliant. Timu Pukki looks like the experienced kind of fatherhood figure overlooking these players. Midfield-wise, we've got Pierre Lemalou, who's suddenly turned into a half-decent player. Kenny McLean or Jakob Sorensen next to them, looking rather decent as well. And defensively, Max Aaron's out on the right. We know how good he is. Brandon Williams out on the left, who's been really good, and Grant Hanley and Ben Gibson, who we know Premier League wise are decent, and clearly sort of forging a decent partnership. Angus Gunn, who's conceded countless goals in between the sticks, also keeping a clean sheet. This is a big night for Norwich City. This is a really big night for Norwich City. I think the 2 Josh Sargent goals cannot be overlooked. The first one, for me, it's a slightly fortuitous goal, but according to Jamie Carragher, one of the great Premier League goals. He's comparing it to Olivier Giroud and other players who've scored scorpion kicks. Is it a scorpion kick? I'm not so sure, but he gets a goal. And I think Josh Sargent at times this season has been slightly unlucky. But he gets a bit lucky tonight. He throws a boot at it and it goes in. The old watch of the referee signalling a goal. The second goal, is it offside? No, it isn't. No, it's not offside. Milo Rashica with a delightful ball in. Josh Sargent hangs in the air. Header, goal. Suddenly you're 2-0 up and you're thinking, my goodness, we're in a Premier League game, we're 2-0 up. Emmanuel Dennis gets sent off. We score a third via an own goal and suddenly you're in dreamland. These are the types of the games that can potentially change the course of Norwich City's season. look, to travel to Vicarage Road and win is a miraculous result. We rarely win against Watford. This is a huge opportunity for Norwich City. We now play Crystal Palace next in the Premier League. We've got a cup game against Wolves in between that, and then it's Manchester City and Liverpool, but then it's Southampton, Brentford, Leeds, Chelsea, Brighton, Burnley after that. There is a big run of games coming up for Norwich City, and we're hitting this in a run of form. It feels as if Dean Smith has hit form at the right time. We're defensively suddenly quite sound. We're scoring goals. That's now 5 in the last 2 games. Norwich City is suddenly on a run. Josh Sargent is scoring goals. Hadamida looks like a player that should be feared. Teemu Pukki is the figurehead in a team that is willing to get forwards and attack. Norwich City are on the up, and that excites me hugely. And that's all I've got to say for this game. It really is. I'm excited. I'm excited about Norwich City's chances. I'm excited about Josh Sargent scoring goals. I like the look of Hadamida going forwards. I like the look of Teemu Pukki through the middle. Mido Rashica creating through balls. Suddenly a defensive unit that aren't shipping goals for fun. I like the look of this Norwich side. I really do. I hope you do too. Thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.